Good morning and welcome.
Can you tell me your name?
My name is Peter.
And where were you born?
I was born in a town in Italy, in Calabria, called Martirano, Vecchio.
Nonno Peter was born in Martirano, province of Catanzaro in Calabria.
It goes by the name of Martirano Antico, and so if you'd like me to tell you the story, they had a earthquake in 1905, and most of the town was destroyed.
Yep.
And then we had, they decided to build a new town on the opposite side of the river, and so they became Martirano Nuovo.
Oh,
okay. So
okay.
that's
Yep.
yeah. So and both towns are sort of going today. They have about 1,000 people in each town, and and they're both lovely towns to grow up.
What are you making today?
Okay, today's just pretty simple. All right, it's octopus. We're going to boil it. A lot of people do other things to it. They sort of grill it, they bake it, they stew it, they can do all sorts of things. But today it's pretty simple. We're just going to boil some water.
Right.
I've got a few ingredients here that I'm going to put in, which I normally put in.
Yep.
And then once the water is boiling, we'll put the octopus. I'm going to dip it 3 times.
Yes.
Once, twice, 3 times, and the tentacles will curl up.
Yeah.
And then we'll submerge the whole octopus in the hot water and leave it there for about 40 to an hour. That should be good.
Well, we look forward to your tips because you've been making it for a while.
I certainly have.
Yes. All right.
And I'm getting better. Okay. So obviously we've got the octopus here, which I'm going to show you in 1 minute. But the ingredients that I normally put in now is some lemon, orange, we've got onion already peeled, we've got a bit of oregano. Now this is an old wives' tale, but a lot of people swear by it, so I'm going to put a cork in there.
You always do that?
I always do that, yeah. Some garlic and a bit of oil as well, okay?
All right.
So if we can want to do that, we're going to do that, ready to go. Here's the water boiling away. We're going to put a little bit of salt in there just to get ourselves warmed up. That's probably about a tablespoon. There we go. So there goes the lemon in there.
Yep.
There goes the orange.
It's a whole lemon and a whole orange?
Orange, yeah.
Oh, I've never seen the orange in there.
Cut into quarters.
Yep.
Onions cut into half. And just one of the garlic crushed and cut in little bits. There we go. That goes in. A pinch of oregano. I like to put just a couple of these in there, just whole, like that.
Yep.
Okay. Cut them in half. Whoosh go.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay.
Now I'm going to put just a dash of oil. If you just got 1 minute, oil. Lovely. I'm just going to put just a dash of oil. That's it.
Yep.
All right. Now, a lot of people drink this soup once the octopus is done with.
Do you? Do you drink it, Peter?
I've drank it a couple of times, yes. Not the. I'm not that keen on it, but
Okay.
it is good. Okay, got the lid on there.
Yep.
Now, what we're going to do here is we've got the calendar here. Beautiful octopus. Look at this. Oh, this is something.
Did you get that cleaned already?
It's all cleaned. Look at it.
Woo.
How beautiful that looks, eh?
Huge one.
Look at that.
Nice.
So we're going to put it in here. Now we'll give it a little bit of wash in nice cold water. Now these things are pretty tough, but what I've learned over the years is that sort of freezing them tenderizes them. Instead of of sort of bashing them against a
I've
rock.
heard that before.
And that freezing sort of softens it up and relaxes those muscles. And therefore, it's pretty clean. Look at those suckers there, they're pretty clean. So, but just give it a wash anyway. Give it a wash inside the head here. They've already taken everything out. You can actually, if you are strong enough, you can, it's not happening for me, but you can go and this comes out the reverse side. There we go, almost there, but not quite. But this is the reverse side. But I don't like cooking it that way. I like it this way to cook this way.
Yep.
To me, it just seems a better way of doing it.
And that's just one large...
That's just one large, beautiful octopus. There it is there. Now, by the way, these large octopus are not caught here in Australia.
Oh.
They either came from the Mediterranean, Spain, and a few other places, but not in Australia.
Okay.
So we're just about ready. We're just waiting for our water to boil, and then we're ready to go. We dip it in, and then water is boiling. So let's have a bit of a look and see. Whoa,
yes.
All right. Now, so we're going to do our little trick here. We're going to get these, and okay, so we're going to
Whoa, that's a huge one.
Yeah, we're going to put them in there. So once, twice, three times. Okay, there we go.
Right,
and now we're going to submerge the whole octopus. Enough water to submerge the whole octopus, but
got a bit too much.
Too much, yep. And this is the case.
All right, that's all right.
So, and we'll let it do its thing. Obviously, we'll get it to the boil again, and then we'll just put it down, okay?
All right.
Okay, come on, there we go. Look at that, it is so good.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah. Right.
And for those people that drink the broth, they just have it as is?
As is, they put a bit of salt and pepper or to their taste. Obviously, if you noted, we only put about a teaspoon of salt before, and I haven't put any more salt. What will happen is usually that should have a little bit of salt in them, but what will happen once we put it in the marinade, then we can sort of salt it to our taste. Okay.
Yep.
Capers, you can put capers in here if you want to.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you can chop up an olive, so you can make it to your own taste. This is a good thing about this marinade. You can just sort of make it to how you like it.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is what it's about is the octopus too. You can make it the way you like it. You don't have to sort of follow any recipe or any, just make sure it's tenderized, and then after that, go for it. You know, it's such a fantastic food that you'll enjoy it at any time, really.
And it's a great, I guess Italian cooking is all like that. You adjust it to what you've got. And
exactly right.
Simple.
Just on that, like we never ate fish. Where I come from, Martirano, Antico, which is in the mountain, in the Italian mountains, and sort of in Calabria, and we never had fish. Like the only thing that we would eat, sort of caught in the rivers, would be fresh eels, and they were really tasty. So, but overall, like octopus and fish and prawns and oysters, that was a foreign to us. Yeah. So, but sort of over the years, my wife's family, they come from the Sicilian islands, and so they just love seafood. They introduced me to it. And I watched my mother-in-law cook the octopus, and she was just a fantastic cook.
So you got tips from her as well.
Yeah. It was an incredible time. Like, you know, she had so many dinner parties. It was unbelievable how many dinner parties. Like every week she'd have at least two dinner parties.
Oh, how nice!
And then there also used to be a crowd.
Yeah.
So it was really lovely. It really was. Yeah. Lamau didn't cut the potatoes.
I'll do that.
No, that's fine. Peel about 6 of them, Jessica. Don't peel all of them. This is for
The dressing.
the dressing later on, but also it's for my grandson. He's hungry.
Oh, poor baby. How old is he?
He's a big boy, and that's why we got lots of food.
20 years old. Wow.
Hey, he's going to be 21 this year. Come on.
Oh.
21. How good is that, eh? We give it a check. It's almost getting there, but not quite, eh?
Yeah.
Look at that. Even the water looks good.
Yeah, I know. That's great. I know. I took a few pictures of that. It's like...
So here's panino imbottito. Okay,
This is
so
while we're waiting for the octopus.
this is while we're waiting for the octopus. So we've got some nice tender meat here. Look at this. We're going to put it in here
That looks
and
good.
here. Okay, a little bit of this tomato in there, and there we go.
Really good.
Now, and there it is there. We're going to put a little bit of cucumbers and lettuce on top.
Yum. Steak sandwiches.
Do you want me to cover this with garlic?
I'll do that. I'll do that because I'm
beautiful meat.
just waiting for Marcello if he wants another one. You want another one?
So good with the onions.
Thank you so much.
This is Italian steak sandwich.
Yeah. If you put a bit of that tomato, it is really nice. But okay. So I've got a knife here, and I've got. Bit.
Yeah.
It's not quite there for some
It's a
reason.
big one, that's why.
Yeah.
Boiled some potatoes.
We're going to grate a little bit more of zest in here because I like zest. I don't know why. Squeeze this.
How old were you when you left Italy?
I was 11.
11.
Yep, 11 years old.
That would have been really hard, not knowing the language and...
It was tough. Yeah, it was tough. I guess there was a few saving graces. I guess I had sort of my brother, which sort of we're together.
Older brother?
Older brother, yeah. So that made it easier. And also I had two stepbrothers, and they sort of made it easy because they already knew part of the language.
Yeah.
That made it easy. So there was quite a few things that we were. All my brother and my stepbrothers and myself, we were always pretty good. We always wanted to have friends, so we always sort of, with friends comes the language, you've got to learn it, so it made it easier.
Yeah, so you had family around. So
who helped us, yeah. We came to Australia in 1962. We disembarked in, what's the name, where the ferries are, Circular Quay.
Oh, straight to Circular Quay,
Yeah,
wow.
no mucking around. So we went straight to Circular Quay. And,
Wow, what was your impression when you saw...
it was wow, yeah.
Yeah, so different to where you
Well,
were.
I had never left the little town that sort of I was born in, so it was a wow factor, yeah, there's no 100% sort of but yeah, it was quite different, sort of all of a sudden from being my brother and I there, we went to a full family, so it made a big difference obviously as well, yeah. But yeah, I had a sort of a, obviously my mother died when I was young, but we had my grandmother, my auntie, who took over mothering us, and we were so lucky to have them. Like, they were such beautiful people.
Your dad's mum?
My dad's mum, sort of those, and my auntie. They looked after us so well. Sort of, they gave us lots of love, and we were really sort of blessed that we had those two people in our lives.
So your dad was in Australia?
Yep, my dad was in Australia. He was he had been here since 1955. So I hadn't seen my dad for most of my life, really. Sort of,
So he came to pick you up when you were 11.
Yeah, he came to pick us up. Sort of in Martirano. And he stayed. I think it was about 6 months.
Oh, okay.
In Italy, so he must have come just after Christmas.
Yeah.
And he stayed there for about 6 months. Obviously, he got to see all his old friends and his mum and his sisters, and which was really good. And then we embarked in Messina, and it was really sad to see my grandmother and my uncle on the wharf, saying goodbye. Sorry, a bit emotional.
It's all right. Still, after all
yeah.
these years, you remember
Yeah.
that moment.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
funny.
and you wouldn't know where you were going to, and
Well, that's right. Yeah, it was just sort of one of those things. Obviously, even as a child, you tend to worry. You sort of say, "Where am I going? What's going to happen? Who am I with?" So all those things are sort of that go in your head.
didn't feel like a fun adventure seeing your grandmother so upset.
No, that was as you can see, it was a really sad moment. Leaving someone who you loved, and loved you, behind. It was a really sad moment. Yeah, sad moment. Yeah, but we came here and we and we were lucky as well. We had good people around us. It was just as if we got into the groove and things were fantastic.
You made the most of it.
Yeah, we made the most of it, but and everyone did in our family. We all pulled together. We all went the same way. And we did really well. All right, I'm going to put a bit of oregano. Then what we'll do, and a bit of salt, obviously. Love oregano. That's the best thing. My grandmother used to get me to go and collect the oregano in the slopes, and then she'd bunch them together and hang them up on the focolaro, and they're dry.
And that was your job.
That was my job. Yeah.
Good job. So you got a connection to oregano, use it
Oh,
everywhere.
love it.
I've noticed.
We used to have that with tomatoes and onions and garlic. That was the best.
Oh.
Look at this. Woo-ha.
Oh.
Give them a gentle stir.
So you're serving these with the octopus?
That's
So
right.
you don't always do this?
Nah,
Sometimes
not
you
always.
just
But
have it on its
this
own.
reminds me of the contadini food,
Yes.
Patate e pomodori.
Yeah. Your childhood.
Yeah, exactly right, yeah. In the Macchia di Savuto, we used to eat this stuff.
Oh, what's that?
But Macchia di Savuto,
Yeah.
the plains of Savuto. Savuto is a region where we were born.
Ah,
yeah.
yeah.
And so the plains of Savuto, yeah. E Macchie.
Ah, cool.
Look at that. Wow. That looks
Yeah,
fantastic.
my kind of dish.
Sorry.
And we're still waiting for this octopus. We'll just see. Oh, it's better.
Better?
I think so.
Give it 5 more minutes and we'll turn it off and wait for about 15.
Yep.
And then we'll give it a go. This up. As such. And we're going to put this in the hardest part.
Yep.
And goes fairly reasonable,
Yeah,
okay?
that looks good.
All right, so
Yep.
we'll leave it there for a little bit. And I'm sure it'll just
So you'll leave it to rest for about
15, 20 minutes, okay? The
In
water,
that water.
the water will cool down, yeah, as is. Okay, the water will cool down. Then we'll take it out.
Always going to have proteins. We've got proteins here. I'll be all right.
All right, so we've come to that point where is the most beautiful point. We're taking out the octopus. Look at that.
whoa.
How good is
So
that?
good.
Okay.
Those colours.
See the skin's peeling off. Now some people don't like that, so they take that skin off. Other people I like it.
Yep.
So hopefully you guys will enjoy it just as well. So here she is, and look at that. How good does that look?
Ah, perfect. Love those colours.
Yeah, they're beautiful colours, aren't they? Yeah, I agree with you, Jessica. So we'll just let it rest for a few minutes. It'll just drain a little bit of the water from there.
Yep.
Now the other thing that we're doing, Jessica, while that's resting, we're gonna get the plates ready. So we're gonna put a couple of these on each plate.
Your restaurant skills are coming out.
Yeah, so now there's some more here. Here we go. Put that there because that's a little bit. We might get a few more plates just in case. All right, so we got a nice sharp knife. We're going to put this on the cutting board. Right, it's going to be here. Now we're just going to cut through this. Yeah, it's cutting good. And there. Okay. So how good does that look?
Oh,
Hey?
nice. That came cut so easy.
Yeah. Then we're going to cut another one here. There we go. We'll cut this top off so that we get that there. We'll cut this. And there's the sack there. Look at that. How good does that look, eh?
So tender. So would you normally let this cool a little bit
Yeah,
more?
I would cool it. I think it cuts a little bit better, or when you let it cool a bit more. I think it and then a lot of people actually even put it in the fridge for a little bit, so that it seals that skin instead of coming off. It seems to seal it,
Yeah.
and so it doesn't come off when you're marinating it. Yeah. Look how beautiful that is. But Jessica, you know what we haven't done?
What?
You and I haven't tasted this.
Oh, okay, let's try it.
See what you think.
This one?
Yeah, that's it.
So hot. Ooh, it's hot. Let me give mine another dip. It's so tender. Oh my god. So tender.
How good is that, huh? Huh?
Magic.
All right. Put this in there. Okay, beautiful. Look at that. Oh, that is so good.
Oh, yum.
All right. Now, we're going to get a little bit this, a little bit this. Come and get your plate each. Right, and I'll just do Anna's. Yeah, well, she's been waiting the longest.
Which one is friendly?
The tenderest octopus I've had. Honestly.
That is a lovely.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for allowing me to participate in this. It's a beautiful, beautiful time.
Thank
I hope
you.
you continue with it, and I hope it's a great success.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Get more nonnos in.
Yes.
To the nonnos.
Yay.